Relax, relax in the belly. Observing your breath just for a few moments. You notice the expansion of your belly with the breathing in, expansion of the lungs, and the returning of the belly towards the spine as exhaling. Just observe the movement, your breath for a little bit longer. As you notice your breath naturally deepens, becomes longer. You notice the breath from the belly, expanding of the belly, continue to expand into your chest. Exhaling, releasing the air from your lung, from the chest and the belly. I'm going to do 3 parts breath. So the inhalation, continue with the long breath. Inhalation starts onto your belly, expansion of the belly, chest, right up to the collarbone. Hold the breath in just for a moment, or as long as it feels comfortable, and then exhaling collarbone, chest and belly. Contract your abdominal muscle to exhale all the air fully. Hold the breath out, chin to the chest. Then relax your belly. Breathe in, belly, chest and collarbone. Holding the breath in for a moment. Exhaling collarbone, chest, belly, drawing the belly in, contract your abdominal muscle and pelvic floor, chin in, holding the breath out. Relax the belly muscle, inhaling, belly, chest, collarbone, neck. Tilt the head, hold the breath in, tilt the head back, roll the eyes to look behind. As exhaling, the head tilt forward, chin to chest, contract your abdominal muscle, holding the breath in, hand pressing onto the knees, suck the belly in and hold the breath. Relax the belly muscle to breathe in fully. Tilt the head backwards, roll the eyes back, roll the tongue as well to touch as far back on the top of your palate. Holding the breath comfortably. Exhaling, tilting the head down, chin to chest. Then suck the belly in to hold the breath out. Release. So we're doing 3 more times. So inhalation, the head tilts back, holding the breath, roll the tongue back, eyes roll back. And then exhaling, rolling the head forward, pressing onto the hands. When you're fully exhale, hold the breath, suck the belly in. Hold the breath out as long as it feels comfortable. Relax before you feel that you struggle. Inhaling, tilt the head back, roll the eyes and tongue, hold the breath in. And then exhale, rolling the head down, chin to chest, straight arms. And then as you hold the breath, suck the belly in. Last one, relax the muscle to inhale. Hold the breath, head roll back, eyes roll back, tongue to the palate. And then exhaling, chin to chest, straight arms pressing down, holding the breath, and then the belly sucked in. And then relax. Allow your breath to return to normal. We're doing Nadi Shodhana, right hand in front of your face, middle finger between the eyebrows, thumb next to the right nostrils, ring finger next to the left. Make sure your spine is upright, shoulders are relaxed, and neck is very mildly tilted forward. Left hand can be in Jam Mudra if you want, or any other mudra that you feel is useful to you. Breathing through both nostrils. I exhale through both nostrils. So we're going to do a rate of exhaling 8, inhaling 4, and holding the breath for 16. So inhale in both nostrils. Close the right, exhale left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your own count. Exhale 8. Inhale 4. Hold the breath for 16. Exhale right. 8. Inhale 4. And hold the breath for 16. Exhale left 8. Inhale 4. Hold 16. Exhale 8. Right side. Inhale 4. Hold the breath 16. Exhale 8, 6, left side. Inhale 4. Hold for 16. Exhale right 8. Inhale 4. Hold 16. Exhale left 8. We do the last round. Inhale 4. Hold 16. Exhale right for 8. Inhale 4. Hold 16. Exhale left 8 to finish. And then release the right hand down. Stay for a moment. Notice how you feel. Slowly start releasing by rolling the shoulders forward and up as inhaling, exhaling back and down. Doing 5 rolls in one direction and then 5 in the other direction. Tilt the head to the right shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. Stay with the spine upright. Inhaling straight up, exhale to the left side. Left ear to left shoulder. So the shoulders are relaxed. Inhaling straight up, back to the right. This time the right hand come on top of the left ear. Don't push, don't pull the head. Just a little bit of extra weight. Relax the shoulders, stay upright with the spine. Deep long breath. Then release the right hand down, return the head to upright and bend to the left. Left ear to left shoulder, then left hand come above the right ear. To hold the head down without pulling. Relax your breath. Then release the left hand down, come back upright, chin to chest, interlace the fingers behind your head, close the elbows, drop the shoulders, stretch off the back of your neck. If you want, you can roll a little bit side to side, or you can stay still. See what it feels good without hurting. So with the handless fingers behind your head, release your thumbs and start pressing. That's the neck, cervical spine. You go on the either side where the muscle are, and you're going to press with the thumbs for a little massage. So keep the neck soft, the head very mildly tilt. You just go up and down. As you feel the muscles, you just press onto the muscle. And then you stay on the occipital area with the thumb, just make circles. It's just where you feel the bone. You just go below the bone or around the bone, just make gentle circles towards the ears, but you don't go right under the ears. It's just stay close to the neck. Need a circle, you can just press if you prefer. I like the circles. You can do both sides, both thumb at the same time. And you can stay in a spot that it feels that it needs it more. There's a bit of a knot. There's a lot of tension that builds up exactly in this area. And then release your hands, release your head, coming back up. Okay, let's go into all four. Start moving your spine. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's do circles. Circle of the hips, right, forward, left, and back. Start with small circles, so we're bringing synovial fluid into your hip joint and spine, shoulders as well. Lubrication of all the area knees as well. And then change direction, left, forward, right, and back. If it doesn't feel good on your wrist, you can always go on fists. One more circle. And then we do cat and cow. So return to tabletop position. As you're inhaling, belly moves down, tailbone up, lifting off the head. You can lift it, gaze as well, your eyes as high as they can go. And as exhaling, contract your abdominal muscle, tailbone tucks under, head drops, the elbows are straight. Pressing firmly down with the hands and really suck the belly in. So contract your abdominal muscles. Inhaling, tailbone up, belly down, head up. Exhaling, tailbone tucked under, spine up, head down. Go with your own breath and the movement that feels releasing, lubricating, and gentle. So when you are on the inhalation with the belly down, as you release the belly, you feel the separation of the sitting bones. As you're exhaling, really feel the contraction of your abdominal muscle. Imagine you're squeezing something between your thighs. Just two more. Movement one, full breath, inhaling, exhaling. Return to tabletop. We're going to go into child pose. Touch the toes under, heels together, knees open. Sitting towards the heels, extend your arms forward, reaching down with your chest, resting the forehead onto the ground. So there is a stretch under the armpit. The more you keep the elbows straight and you reach down your chest, the more the shoulder, under the armpit and shoulders and top of the arm gets stretched. Do wiggling of the hips, release your back. And then walk your hands forward so the bottom lift. Separate your knees to be with distance. And we're going to puppy pose. So Anahatana pose, Anatasana. So the hearts move down. The bottom stays up above the knees. Hands are forward, forehead resting onto the floor. So this increases a little bit of your back bend. So it's a back bend. We want to reach down with your chest as much as possible. Is for the heart chakra. Anahata is heart in Sanskrit. So Anahata Asana is the heart, pose for the heart. Deep long breaths. And then keep the elbows onto the ground, bring the hips down, Sphinx pose. Allow your feet to be separated slightly. Adjust your elbow to be slightly in front of the shoulder, so not to collapse down again. So the elbows are supporting you. Roll the shoulders back, press on the forearm. Release your neck. Maybe do some yes and no or circles, whatever feels good. And when you feel you're settled, just stay in stillness into this pose. The head look forward or down, depending on your back bend. The neck follow the curve of the spine. So if the curve is not much, then you will be looking directly down. But if it's you got flexibility on the back, then you can look straight forward or anywhere in between. So it's actually actively pressing down the forearms and relaxing the pubic bone onto the floor. If there is any pinching pain, then you contract your abdominal muscles to release the load onto your lower back. And you can move the elbow slightly forward. So if you have no pain at all onto your back, you can turn the head to look at the left heel, left foot, keeping the height, don't lower yourself. And return to center as you exhaling, go opposite direction, looking towards the right heel. So turning left to look at right, and then center, turning right to look at left. So do this a couple more times. Trying to keep the height. Don't collapse down when you look back. And after the next next right, so you do left and then right, you turn back to center. And from here, tuck the toes under. We're going to go into downward dog, elbows onto the ground, lift your bottom up, and it's dolphin pose, so downward dog onto the elbows. Trying to press the forearms forward, keep the hands parallel. The knees down, we're going into downward dog, extend the arms. Spread your fingers, lift your bottom up and back, downward dog. Adjust your hands where you feel comfortable. Bend the knees, tailbone moves up to the ceiling, extending your spine as much as you can. Let the head drop. Two more breaths. And then walk slowly your feet towards the front of your mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Flat back, bend the knees and wiggle the hips. And as exhaling, let the upper body dangle down. Slowly in your own time, come to stand. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and back while you're standing. Okay. Bring the hands interlace behind your back. Roll the shoulders back as you now lift the arms up, lift the chin if it's okay for your neck. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath in. Allow your shoulders really to roll back. Exhale, release. We're going to do a sun salutation. So moving towards the front of your mat. As you inhale, reach high with your arms. You can go for a gentle back bend if it's okay for you. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhaling, halfway lift. Then we step the right foot back, lower the knee. We are staying here for a moment, moving back and forward, warming up knee, hamstring, and hips. So inhaling is forward, exhaling is back. Option to use blocks if you wish. You don't have to. We want to keep your spine as upright as possible. So upright as straight as possible. In particular, the lumbar spine, to keep it long. The upper spine can round, it's okay. Joints are creaking. Yeah. What we're doing is slowly. Okay, stay forward for a moment. Let the hips sink. Roll the shoulders back. Relax your head. So if you're down onto the ground, that's absolutely fine. Fingertips, blocks, go as high as it feels comfortable. Let it sink the hips. Just one more breath. And then come with the hands either on block or onto the floor. We're going into plank here. Straighten up the right leg, slide the left foot back. Roll onto the tip of your toes, so shoulders above the wrists. And an option to bring the knees down to come all the way down. Roll the shoulders back, extend your toes, lift the head, inhaling cobra. 3 times, exhaling down. Inhale up, press onto the pubic bone to lift without putting too much strength onto the hands. Exhale down. And keep your feet together. If you can, lift the chest up, lift the hands as well. Keep the elbows back. Keep breathing. Exhale down. Bring the hands back down, chin onto the floor. Tap the toes under, hip width distance. Press on knees, hands and toes to lift your bottom up. And then downward dog, bottom fully up. Pressing on the hands to move the weight towards your heels. Let the head drop. You can alternate bending knees. This further release hips and back. And your calf muscles. Can be into stillness in your downward dog. Option to go into all four and then bring the right foot forward. This time the left knee comes down. We stand here, moving back and forward, like we did before. You can, when you move back, you can roll onto the heel if you wish. So that's the rolling of the heel. Money does. And then stay forward, let the hips sink. Roll the shoulders back. And then bring the hands down onto the floor. We're stepping the left foot forward and tilt the head down, bottom up, forward bend. Sway gently side to side, keep your feet hip width distance. Keep your hips stable, so the hips don't move, the sway comes from your waist. And then come to stillness and release the hands down, forward bend. On your next inhalation, you come into stand, and then you bring the arms up to the ceiling, reaching as high as you can. Back bend. Exhaling, bring the hands back down. So that was quite slow. Doing it again on the left side. Inhaling, coming out, gentle back bend. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhaling, halfway lift. This time the left foot comes back, lower the knee. We're going for a twist now. So make sure the right knee is above the ankle. Bring the hands down onto the sides to come up. Sink the hips as much as you can. And then we're going to bring the left hand against the outside, straight arm pressing against it. So knee against the arm, arm against the knee. And then you open the right arm, trying to go as far back as you can. Squeeze your inner thighs like you're holding a block for stability, looking back as far as you feel comfortable. And then return to center, hands onto the floor. We're going to plank, right foot back, plank position. Exhaling, either knees down or come all the way down. A little bit of back strengthening. So chin onto the floor, feet together, hands interlaced behind your back. Roll the shoulders back. As you inhale, lift the chest up. Hold it there. Pressing the pubic bone onto the ground. Feet onto the ground. 3, 2, 1. Exhale down. Roll the head fully onto the left side, left ear to the ground. Let the elbows bend and roll onto the ground. Wiggle your hips, heels, roll out. And then rotate the head onto the left, right here to the ground. We do leg lifting next. So chin onto the floor, hands onto the ground, palm down or under your thigh, palms up. You choose. Elbows are tucked next to your waist. Feet together, pointed toes, chin onto the floor. We're lifting just the leg. As inhaling, lift the leg straight up by pressing the pelvic floor, the pubic bone onto the ground, and the hands as well press onto the ground, the elbows onto the ground, chin onto the ground. Stay there. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax. Hands under the forehead. Wiggle your hips. Let the heels roll out. Next one, we're going to lift both chest and legs. So feet together, toes pointed, chin onto the floor, hands interlaced behind your back. Roll the shoulders back. Inhaling, press on the pubic bone onto the ground to lift chest and feet. Trying to keep your feet together. Stay here. 3, lifting all up. Inhaling, up. 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Exhale, coming back down, hands under the forehead, wiggle your hips. And from here we're going into child pose to lengthen your spine. So hands by your chest, chin onto the floor. And tuck the toes under, press on hands and knees. Coming up and move all the way back. Sitting onto the heels, knees open. Extend your arms forward. Forehead onto the ground. Trying to reach as far forward as you can with the hands. Deep long breathing. Should feel quite nice. One more breath. So keep your hands extended, stand your fingers. We're going into plank from here. So you're coming up, move the shoulder of the wrist, extend your legs. Yeah, you can have the knees on floor, that's absolutely fine. And then come all the way down. Roll the shoulders back, extend your toes in a cobra. Keep pressing the hands and knee, flatten your back, and then downward dog. Trying to feel the length through the spine, bending the knees, tailbone pointed towards the ceiling, head relaxed. Then go onto all four to come forward with the left foot, otherwise lift the left leg behind to swing it forward. Right knee onto the ground. We're going for the twist, hands onto the side, coming up once stable. Right arm is straight against the left knee, pressing arm against the knee, and then the left arm open and look behind. Trying to imagine that you're squeezing something between your legs for stability. And then come back forward, hands onto the ground. We're stepping forward for a forward bend, right foot forward and down, bottom up. Tailbone towards the ceiling, bend the knees as much as you wish. Feet can be wider. Sway gently side to side to release your back. And then roll to come to stand, hands towards the ceiling. And then exhaling your hands down. We're doing a little bit faster now. Once more each side. So, you okay? Yeah. Inhaling, reach high. You can go for back bend if it's okay for your back. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhaling, halfway lift. Step the right foot back. Lower the knee. This time, just roll the shoulders back over the chest. Lift the gaze. Inhale. Reach down with the palms. Go into plank. Left foot back. Lower yourself down. Inhale, cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. Moving the right foot forward, either lifting behind and swinging forward, or for right foot forward, left knee down. Roll shoulders back, lift the gaze. Take an inhale on the exhalation, forward bend. Left foot forward, head down, bottom up. Next inhalation, coming to stand, arms up, back bend if it's okay for you. Exhaling, hands down. Inhaling, centering left and right side, hands together, middle of your chest, thumb pressing onto the sternum. Deep breathing. So you're centering the energy, left and right, masculine, feminine, and find the balance. Then find the balance into your core, the navel area, the jewel, city of jewel, chakra, Manipura. As inhaling, lift the arms up and back. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhaling, halfway lift. This time is the left foot that moves back. Knee down, sink the hips, open the chest, lift the gaze. Take an inhale, hold the breath for plank. Exhaling down. Inhaling, cobra, shoulders moves back. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot comes forward, right knee down. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhaling, coming to stand, raise the arms up to the ceiling, maybe back bend. Exhaling, hands down and back to the center of your chest. Centering yourself. Allow your breath to return to normal. And then release your hands down. We're going to go into warrior. And we can use, if you want, we can use a chair for it. You don't have to, but it might give you a little bit of balance. So if you have a chair, you step in just in front of the chair. If not, just stay where you are. Step in the right foot back. The heel comes onto the ground, and adjust the leg to be, or move the chair to the leg, so that you have something against it to keep the knee onto the ankle. And trying to get as wide as it feels comfortable, you feel still stable with the knee straight. So if the knees have the tendency to bend, it's because your hip is not open. The hip wants to rotate. Therefore, it means the toes have to come more in, and you can even move the foot further out. But we don't want the knee to bend. If the knee is bent, it's an indication that your position is not correct. Okay, you should be able to press right back onto the heel and roll the shoulders back, trying to find the center head with the center of the pelvis. Rolling the shoulders forward, rolling the shoulders back, but rotating the chest forward for the warrior one position. Keep breathing. Okay, you don't look very stable. Are you stable in this? You can bring it a little bit more. More wide. So bring it more towards. Yeah, that's it. You can rotate the toes more in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does it feel better? It feels better. Yeah, you can even rotate a little bit more if you want, because that's your knees pointing here. So your toes should be much more like here. Okay. Yeah? Yeah. It feels good? So now this hip can move slightly forward. Yeah? Okay. Okay. If you want, you can raise your arms up to find that arms are in alignment with the shoulders and ears. Okay? And with the hips. And just take that down. This is still on here. Keep pressing down. And down. Now see if you can come parallel to the floor. So the left hip moves back. Hands move forward. If you got a chair, you can reach for the chair. If not, see if you can keep the arms parallel to the floor. And if you feel tired, the hands can go fully onto the floor. So that for you is quite easy, but you should have quite a strong stretch onto the calf muscle, the left of the right leg. Do you feel the stretch? I do. Yeah, okay, keep breathing. It's hurting my shoulders. Oh, okay. And then either hands under the floor or hands under the chair, we go into warrior three. So you're lifting the right leg behind you, roll the hip in. Hands give you the balance. So you can have hands higher, hands onto the floor, sorry, onto the seat, can go onto the floor, or you can balance with the hands open. Oops, I'm just wiggling too much. Open at the back, open forward, even resting onto the chair. So when you're trying to lift the legs to be like a pendulum, so the same height as your, I'll help you. So if it comes a little bit higher, don't go forward. How does it feel? Does it feel? It's hitting and fixed. Ah, it's your hamstrings, right? Bend the knees slightly. Yeah? Ah, yeah. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you hold it there, or is it too difficult? If you go lower with your chest, it's easier because there's a counterbalance of weight. That's okay. Bring the right foot back. So we're going to opposite direction. So now it's a warrior with the left leg. So left leg moves back, right leg forward, knee above the ankle. If you have the chair, goes against the chair for stability. Find that distance of the feet where you feel that you can put the full weight onto your feet. Some of them might be wider. Rotate the toes where it feels comfortable. And then you squeeze your inner thigh as if you got something you're holding between your legs to come up. Hands onto the thigh. They can stay there, can stay onto the up of the chair or fully up. So all three positions. Again, you can feel the knee wants to bend. Okay, make it move the foot slightly more towards me, towards the outside. No, don't rotate the toes. It's the whole foot moving more out. Yeah, that's it. Now toes to turn more in. So here, yeah, a bit more. Yeah, that's it. Does it feel better?
Yes.
Yeah. Now you can fully put the weight on it without. Yeah, that's it. That's how it should feel. Okay. So imagine you're still squeezing. You see, I have to really rotate. My hip are not really open, so I really have to rotate quite a lot the foot and even lift slightly the heel. It's okay. All of that is okay. So ideally, we want the heel to go onto the ground, but you adjust. So what we want to the left hip moving as far forward as it can without creating tension onto the knee. Okay. And then see if you can go down, belly towards the thigh. If you can't, hands onto the chair or even on the floor, whatever feels comfortable. Okay, so we want to, when you are going with the arms higher, at the same height as the ears, you are lengthening your length. And if you don't have any support, you're using back muscle, you're strengthening your legs and core, pelvic floor and back muscles. So from here we're going to warrior onto the seat, hands onto the floor or hands on the backrest, and lift the left leg behind you. So it's a balancing pose, can be hands onto the floor, chair, bed, whatever you got available. So what we want to work towards, yeah, that's okay, yeah, that's good. That's good, that's good. So you're balancing with the weight of the upper body to help you lift the leg. Now you can bend the right knee if the hamstring are pulling. Just one more breath. And then stay with the head down. If you've got a chair, you can rest the head onto the chair, bring the left foot down and go for a forward bend. So adjust your body, to what you got available. No chair, just forward bend. If you've got a chair, trying to, even if you need to have a block, trying to have the head resting on something, because it releases. It helps your muscle relax. You enter the forward bend more because your muscles are relaxed. They're not trying to pull the weight, hold the weight of your head. Just trying to have more towards the crown of the head, towards the chair, rather than the top of the nose and forehead. So we want to have the neck as straight as possible. You notice after a while, maybe you relax so much that the chair is getting in the way. You need to go lower. Just keep breathing. Then to come back up with the hands, or you can just come up whichever way feels safe, otherwise press the hands onto the chair to come back up. I hope you're not feeling dizzy. Okay, good. Okay, we go right leg. So go sideways, feet wide, feet facing each other. You can use the chair as well for this. I don't know if you can. Now I have to go this way for both of you to see me. So adjust your feet to be as wide as you feel comfortable with. You're not, into a split. You still have control. And the hands can be onto the floor, halfway lift, blocks, halfway lift, or chair. So what we want to get a straight back. The bottom is not sticking out. And once you feel stable, you go into a forward bend. Again, you can do it stages. So go in with the head resting onto the chair. When you feel comfortable, you can just stay down, or you can even build blocks to support your head when you reach lower than the chair. And just stay here. Normal breath. 5 breaths. So you don't slide with your feet. Just have something more. Do you need more? No, it's not. Okay. You're welcome. Now the 2 breaths. And then you present hands, come back into halfway lift. And we're going to do twists. So right hand onto the floor, onto the block, or even onto the chair. Whatever it feels more comfortable for you. The shoulder goes above the wrist, wherever it is. And then you're going to lift opposite arm up to the ceiling without dropping. We're not rotating the hip. The hip stays up. Each rotation is from the waist. So you can have the left hand onto the lower back to twist. You can get your arm up, wrap it around. The arm up is a bit harder if your arms are not, the front of the shoulder is not flexible and you're not twisting a lot with your waist. So the key is the twist from the waist, trying to keep both hips at the same level. Don't drop the right hip. Keep breathing. Pressing down with the right hand, it gives you stability and it helps you with the rotation of the chest. Just one more breath. And then come back down, switching over either on the floor or the chair, same option that you had before. Make sure the palms roll out so the shoulders is open. Pressing firmly down with the left hand for stability. Don't drop the left hip. Keep breathing. The head can look up, but don't squeeze the neck. Don't squeeze the ear to the shoulder. Relax the neck. Just one more breath. And then come back down. We go for a forward bend again. You can hug opposite elbows this time to dangle down. Bring the weight onto the ball of your feet. Relax your breath. Then reach down with the hands in halfway lift. And bring the heels in. Just close your feet a little bit. We're going to goddess pose. Lower the hips. Hands onto the thighs. Come up. So head is above your hips. Knees above the ankle, more or less. and lower the hips as much as you can. Then with the arms, we go cactus, elbow at 90 degrees, moving the shoulder blades towards the center of your chest to get that opening through the chest. So the center of your spine to open through the chest. The tailbone is directed down. So we're not sticking your bottom up, directed down. Imagine you're zipping trousers. So belly tucked in, yeah. And lower the hips a little bit more, maybe. Okay, then come all the way up. Exhaling the hands down. Close your feet, soften the knees, and do sway side to side with your arms. Trying to keep the hips forward. Don't let them rotate. We want the rotation from the waist and the shoulders. And then slowly release. Okay, going into a squat. So if you need, you can use a chair for balance. So have your feet at a hip width distance, slightly wide if you need to, the toes slightly torn out, and trying to keep the heels down onto the ground. And if it means they can't go far down, yeah, that's good. Hands forward, and then bend the elbows against the shin, hands in prayer, and you wiggle your shoulders as far forward as you feel comfortable and lift from the heart. So you're trying to press the elbows against the shin, move the weight onto the ball of your feet to be able to compensate for the rolling back when you're trying to lift up. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands forward, roll your bottom down, and feet together for a butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. So, doesn't matter where your feet goes, close to the ground or further away. Just stabilize yourself, hands by the hips, lift the hips so your spine becomes long. So pressing on the hands, lifting on the hips. So adjust your hips where you feel that your spine can stay long and the table doesn't tuck under. Okay? And there are two options. Either work just with your hands, separating the sole of your feet and using the hands to roll the hips forward. So we want a straight back. The other option is you put the chair against your shin, okay, and you use your chair for stability. So you can use whatever part of the chair, so don't let it close, to help you come forward. Stay higher. Okay. And direct your knees towards the ground intentionally. And breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the left foot in, maybe a little bit closer, like if you're doing cross legs. And we're going to hug the left foot, either hands, left foot and knee, hands to hands, and just move it side to side. You can do elbow to elbow if you're flexible, but your spine has to be upright. So don't try to do too much around in the spine. Spine upright and just warming up your hips. and then we open the right leg to the side. Use of the belt or the chair. I quite like to use the chair. So with the belt, we're going to do sideways. Okay. So with the belt, you just pull in the belt, reach with the hand. With the chair, you're going to reach for the chair. So if you got a bar at the back of the chair, you have the bar against the foot, and you use the chair for reaching. So it depends how flexible you are. You can reach for the backrest, for the seat. If it's too much, you can roll it the other way around, so it's a bit closer to you. And work into rotation of the chest to open as you reach down. I found this is really good for my scoliosis. Roll it, turn it the other way around, Jana, like I have it, so that the backrest is a bit closer to you. Right, yeah, that's it. You haven't got something to go against. Take this one. There's no bar at the back. So have that bar against your foot.
It smells heavy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to trying to hold on to the chair whatever it doesn't move. So it's aligned with your feet, trying to reach here. And when you're pulling, you're trying to rotate to open and reach down. Yeah? That's when your feet needs to stop the. Yeah, you got your feet is a bit small compared to mine. Mine is bigger. We've got another chair's got 2 bars, lower bar. No, this is the same. No. And it's quite nice to open up the side. You could use just the belt. And it's a natural breath. Grounding the left sitting bone. One more breath. And then still, this time you rotate the chest towards the leg and you have the hands on even wherever you are, belt or chair. So you go for a full bend. And this time my left side is where I got the scoliosis, is really pulling, is the one that is really tight. So I need to add more on the left hand to get my chest to be on top of the right leg. So you're using the hands to help you bring your body to face the floor. So if you have belt, you use the belt. If you haven't got the belt, use your hands. And stay 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come back up. We do exactly the same on the other side. So the right foot comes in. First we hug the leg, moving the hip, and use belt or chair, whatever you had available before. Hands under the foot, and knee, you just move it, warming up your hip first. And then let the left foot open sideways. So your chest and hips are in the middle. Either you use a belt to go sideways, so you can even transfer the belt, or you can use the chair, or if you haven't got anything, use your hands. Okay, so find the way that it works for you. And stay for 5 breaths. You can take a little release and then repeat for 5 more breaths. And you might notice one side is easier than the other. So we want the rotation open through the chest and bending over the left leg. So this stretch all of the side muscles on the side, the right side of the spine and waist. Make sure you're not tightening up your neck. If you need to release, come up slowly and then repeat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're just rotating your chest to face the leg and you go for a forward bend. So either do it with your hands, belt, or you can do it with a chair. So you want to make sure that your chest is rotated towards the leg. So you might now act more onto the right hand to rotate your body towards the right leg. And you notice one side will be well different to the other. Maybe you can go closer to the leg than you did in the other side, or maybe it's harder. Keep grounding the right knee onto the floor, the right sitting bone. It's more of, there's no rolling. We're trying to get as much straight spine as you can. Keep breathing, normal breath. One more, one last breath here. And then slowly release. This time we go with both legs. So forward bend, get the flush of the glutes out of the way. You can use the belt, or you can use your hands, or you can use the chair. Depends how far down you can go with the chair. If you hit the head to the chair, relax your forehead there. But we're trying to come forward from the hips. So bend the knees slightly to start with. And then you can work towards stretching up the knees. But we want that rotation of the hips so you feel the tailbone is free up. Deep long breath, relax shoulders. Trying to feel the movement coming from the hips rotation. Hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. bending of the knee, we're going to do Navasana. So option to do without the chair, if you want to do with the chair, is legs onto the chair, keeping upright. So you might have to move the chair to where your hamstring allow you, and then you straighten up your spine and you stay there, squeezing knees and feet. Without the chair is the usual holding of the knee, lengthening the legs as far as the hamstring allow you, and you let go. So we're going to do it for a count of 5. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the knees, squeeze your legs. 5, 4, trying to keep high, the rotation of the hips, a straight leg. Point your toes if you wish, or you can have them flex, however you feel comfortable. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, cross at the ankles, hug the knees in to lengthen the spine. We're going to make it a little bit harder if you're using the chair, placing a block between your thighs to squeeze. So legs straight where you feel is comfortable. Straighten up your spine, let go the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it okay? Cross at the ankles and hug the knees in. Okay. We're going to go again for another forward bend, but this time, so if you are onto the floor, you haven't got the chair, you just go again for the same forward bend. If you are on with the chair, you sit on the chair, on the edge of the chair, and you go for a forward bend here. So gravity should assist you. You can have a macro bend under the knee, and if you wish, you can even have cushion for your head. But we want to feel the gravity bringing your chest forward. So do bend the knees, have the rotation of the hips, let the head drop, and then you work into straightening up the knees. Stay in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flatten your back and push onto the legs to come back up. Okay, I'm going to do back bends now. Coming back onto the floor. Back to Sphinx pose. This time, if you do have a cushion under your hips. So it's not under the hips, it's more under the rib cage. So the thighs are fully onto the ground, rib cage onto the cushion, rolling the shoulders back, feet are slightly wider, hands open onto the ground. And have a nice deep long breath. If you find this is easy, you can increase the back bend. By raising the chest, but the thigh needs to be onto the ground. So if your back doesn't allow you, or you feel any compression, then it's too far. Relax your head, maybe do some yes and no or sort of circles. Okay. And from here, we're going to flip it into bridge pose. So you're going to come onto your back, keep the pillow For this time, you're going to have the pillow under your hips. So feet are hip width distance, knees are hip width distance. You can move the knees side to side to free up a little bit your hip joint if you need to, a lower back. And then come into stillness when you feel is okay for you. Now you can use this, lift the feet. Okay. So, yeah, from stay into bridge pose, and we're going to lift the hips off the floor. So it's up to you. If your feet are onto the ground, there is a lifting the hips up. If you got a chair or a bed, so you are going to have the feet onto the edge of the chair or bed, and you're lifting the hips up. You can get rid of the cushion, and if you have a chair, you can get hold of the legs of the chair to help you lifting the hips up. So we go into a variation of bridge with chair. If you haven't got a chair, you can go with the feet onto the ground. So have your hands a little bit closer. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's okay, your neck? Mm-hmm. Is it too far, the feet?
No, that's
is it enough?
This, yeah.
Okay.
And I think this is as high.
Yeah.
As high as I'll get.
Okay. Just keep breathing. So you want ideally to scoop the shoulder blades under so that the shoulders take the weight and not the neck. Make sure the knee stays at the same distance as your hips. You're not dropping the knees out. 2 more breaths. This is really good for the thyroid, for your immune system, lymphatic system, regulating hormones, weight, metabolism. And to me, also bring a lot of fresh blood and oxygen into your brain. I found that the more inversions I do, the better my vision, my eyes, and clarity of thoughts as well happens. And funny enough, also, I do lose weight if I don't do sun salutation and inversion. I'll lose weight less easy. Let's put it this way. 2 more breaths. And then slowly bring the hips down. And we are coming to a gentle twist before our final relaxation. So hand the knees onto your chest. Drop the knees to the right. And open the left arm, looking at the left arm. So it's a spinal twist onto the floor, trying to keep the hips stacked up as much as possible. So the twist is coming from waist and chest. Two more breaths. And bring the knees back to center, rolling on the other side, left side. Stacking up your hips, open the right arm, look at the right arm. Keep breathing. Relaxing. Allow the chest to relax and open, keeping the right hip forward. Last breath. And then roll onto your back, add the knees in. Bring the head to the knee to roll into a tight ball. This release it back opposite direction to back bends. And we come into our final leg relaxation. You can have legs up at oval, legs up the chair or bed, lying down, any position that feels comfortable. It's your eye pillow. If you feel too hot, feel free to remove it.
No, it's quite nice. With the window, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So once you find a comfortable position, allow your body to relax against the floor, against the ground. Scanning through your body, noticing if there is any tension, and as exhaling, intentionally let the tension melt away. Relaxing your feet, toes, ankles, knees, thighs, hips, belly, chest, shoulders, arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands and fingers. Relaxing shoulder blades and glutes. The spine. Visualize the spine unknotting bit by bit from the tailbone all the way up to the back of your neck, back of the head, top of the head. Relaxing all of the face muscles, forehead, eyes, eyebrows, middle of the eyebrows, nose and lips, throat and chest. Going back to your navel, center of power, center of energy, your center. Allow yourself to drift into relaxation. Slowly bring your awareness back to your body, lying down, to the environment you're in. And then feeling the heaviness of your body against the floor. And slowly bring back a little bit of movement, some fingers and toes. Any other movement that you feel is needed. Then maybe have a full body stretch. And slowly, when you're ready, hat the knees into your chest. Rocking very gently side to side. And in your own time, make your way back to a comfortable seated position. Maintaining your eyes closed as possible, just a soft gaze. Once you settle into your sitting position, bring your awareness back to your breath, centering yourself, joining your hands together, left and right side, becoming aware of the left and right side joining in the middle. And then you wrap the hands with the intention of bringing energy, collecting energy in between your hands, whatever energy or intention you want to put into your hands. And then you bring that energy and intention into your body, either by cupping your eyes or placing your hands where you feel is needed. And visualize that heat, energy, intention moving into your body. You're embodying them, becoming yours, becoming you. We store that energy in the Muladhara chakra, in your navel. That's why it's the city of jewel. We bring the jewels in this area, our power, our center, our energy, our intention. It radiates from there into all your body, bringing healing energy, whatever is needed, in whatever area of your body that is needed. And before we fully release, notice how you feel. At your own time, when you're ready, you can release your hands down and release the practice.